I hate this camera over my other camera, but whatever.
It is what it is, sir. Are we live? Is this thing on? Is this thing on? Are we live, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome into this special edition of Thursday Night Football Locks. It's your boy Disco. We are definitely live. This thing is definitely on. To my right is my co-host with the most, Mr. Sleezball, and the guy who's sipping on what looks like a sweet tea, and he is ready for the Fins game right now. Mr. Dolphins fan himself. We got Michael Rippe in the house. Why don't you guys tell the folks where they can find you, how they can support you, and all that good jazz.
What's up, Rippe? How we doing, brother? Dolphins Day, baby. Hurricane season time. What's up, everybody? I am Sleezball FF. My show is My Mind is a Weapon Fantasy Football Podcast, YouTube, Twitter, everywhere. If you want to follow my Instagram and see my real life, you can. I post live videos on there, stuff like that. And besides that, I'm on Disco's show every single time, every other day, pretty much. And we're rocking and rolling, baby. I'm ready for the game.
Hold on. We can see your real life on Instagram. So what's this?
This is fantasy football content. I post stories and stuff on Instagram, like life day stuff.
You do other stuff?
Oh yeah, I have a life outside of fantasy football. You know,
I'm not of content you're putting out. I can't imagine how you have any time for Instagrams and stuff. All right, but are you like Shannon Sharp Instagrammer, or what kind of Instagram are we talking? I don't know. I don't want to get involved if I don't know yet. So,
oh no, it's just regular, like what I'm eating, what friends, whatever we're doing, darts, stuff like that. You know. We go to the bar, whatever.
Look, I know Disco wants to get to the show. Anyways, what's going on? It's good to be here with you guys again. You could follow me. It's very easy at Michael Rippe on X. You can subscribe to my YouTube. It just started, and you will never miss the morning after on Monday mornings, which thankfully Sleaze has cut out enough time to join me for week 2 this Monday. Can't wait. Looking forward to it. But other than that, just hit the follow, subscribe, and we'll keep it rolling here.
Thanks for the invite. Just casually. Thanks for the invite. It is what it is. I'm not hurt. I'm not butthurt. It is what it is. I'll be all right. I'll be all right. I mean, it's your day. Your Dolphins are playing today against the Buffalo Bills. So I need to ask you, since obviously it's your team. You know, this is a big Thursday night football challenge. Your team is not being arrested. Well, as of now, like I got no notifications. Nobody's getting arrested. Everybody should be fresh and mentally prepared for this game, other than Raheem Mostert, who is out, or he's out with a chest. He's actually going to be on the PUP for the next 4 weeks. So prayers to him, speedy recovery to him. And then Devon Achane is still questionable, but he looks like
props just dropped.
That's good.
He's got to be in, right?
Yeah, questionable, but still good to go. But at what capacity? Rip, how do you see this game going? Take us through the full script. Let us know how this game is going to go. And then, Sleezeball, I want to know your thoughts as well, buddy. And shout out to Dev, shout out to AMG, shout out to AP. Yerp, what's up? Andrew and Squints. You're killing me, Smalls. Thursday Night Football. Hope it doesn't suck this season. So far, it's been good. Rip, please, take it away.
Well, all right, let's keep shouting out everyone that's here listening and watching. Appreciate you all, obviously. Thank you for being here. And thanks for having me, of course, Disco. It's always a pleasure to join the fellas. So, look, Thursday Night Football, it has sucked in past seasons. But, yeah, you're right. So far this season, we got a great opening night Thursday night. And now we have a great interdivision, big matchup here in the AFC East early between Buffalo and Miami. And quite honestly, Buffalo has owned Miami for a while now, right? But with Josh Allen at the helm in Buffalo, it's just been the Bills dominating the Dolphins, whether that's in Buffalo or Miami. Now, if you're Miami, you say, hey, the one good thing is that we have actually beaten Josh Allen twice out of 1,000,000 times, and those 2 times were in Miami, games in Miami. So you have that. When you think about the game, you think about what can Miami do different than they did in week 1 and what they were doing last season. And that's, get the chains moving and get number of chunk plays that end in touchdowns. They got the big bomb to Tyreek, but really, if we're being honest about it, they deserve to lose against Jacksonville. They snuck it out with a victory. What they need to do against Buffalo is they need to take advantage of no Matt Milano on that defensive linebacker core. That's a big loss. They need to make Buffalo pay. And look, Arizona was up 17 on Buffalo in week 1. Looked like they were rolling. Josh Allen put on the cape, and it was over. So they need to be able to contain Josh Allen. You don't stop him. You just contain him. They need to run Achane, get him in space, And then they need to use Jalen Wright as well. I think they're going to use Jonnu Smith tonight a little bit more. I know I said that in coming into the season. I think we'll see some Tua scrambling. Some of the stuff I was looking for in week 1, they look sluggish, the Dolphins against the Jaguars. They turned it on. I'm also very excited to see what the Dolphins defense can do. Dolphins have a new defensive coordinator. Anthony Weaver came over from Baltimore. They were down 17-3, the Dolphins at half. They pitched a shutout that second half. So the defense really, maybe it was a slow start, but they came around in that second half. Good to see Jalen Phillips back. Miami has to play strong defense. The crowd has to be there. And finally, they can't get arrested before the game.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Now, like it's pretty interesting because like you mentioned something that hit home for me because obviously I'm a big fan of the New England Patriots and I follow the division as well. And for the longest time, the Patriots owned the Buffalo Bills, and then eventually the Buffalo Bills, eventually took the baton and started owning the division, right? Mm-hmm. At what point? And do we see that point coming where Miami can finally own the division because Buffalo has been dominating? Is this a turning point tonight, Michael Rippe?
I hope so. Obviously, as a fan, the reality is even if the Miami wins tonight, you can't say it's a turning point. Miami has to win multiple times over Buffalo and then win the division. There was a chance for a turning point last season, end of the season. The division was on the line. Buffalo beats Miami. It goes through Buffalo until somebody else puts their foot down, not just in one game, but in a season. While many can speculate or hope for Miami to get it done, maybe the Jets think it's their year. But regardless, even with the Miami win tonight, the division is still running through Buffalo until we see, multiple wins, right? Miami, maybe they sneak it out tonight. Maybe they do win. It's not going to be – you can't just count out Buffalo regardless. It's a short week too. Buffalo is going to Buffalo. They have Josh Allen. He's going to put on the cape. He's going to do things that you just watch in aura. That's what he does. Josh Allen is quite honestly my favorite football player that's not on the Dolphins. I just have to appreciate his talent. He puts the team on his back, but I think Dolphins need to take advantage of that defense. And from the Buffalo side, Buffalo has to do what they do to Miami regularly, which is kind of come out quick, step on their throats early, and then kind of get them off the game. If they can do that, it's going to be the same matchup that we've seen year in, year out where Buffalo trounces Miami.
Heard. I like that take.
What is Josh Allen's record versus Miami?
I believe it's 11-2.
Yeah, he's only lost twice to them. I know that much. Andrew N says next week, Thursday Night Football is Patriots at the Jets. Love that our division's getting all the Thursday night spotlight. They're like, man, it really sucks, so we got to step it up. Let's start with the AFC East. Bing King, I'm looking for any validation while Rippe was speaking. Are you just trolling saying A-Chain is out? Because I don't believe he's out. Seth says, Bing King, good to see you. Jameson Williams or Keon Coleman says AMG 603. It's a tough one. Jameson Williams, we saw him at his absolute ceiling. I don't think we see that again this week. I think we're going to see a little bit more Laporta and Amon-Ra St. Brown. So I'm going to go with Keon Coleman. I think Keon Coleman has himself a day today. Let's go, says Jerry Bagshaw. Shout out to Jerry Bagshaw, the firmest handshake in the business. HN Q-Tag, my bad. Thought I seen it. I think he's good to go, but I think he's going to be limited. Sleezball, H-Chan's your guy. You've been preaching H-Chan the entire time, even during the entire draft process last year. That is your claim to fame. Obviously, we called Sam Laporta because we were the first Laporta supporter, literally. But you were all over that H-Chan biz. That was kind of like your claim to fame, and this is why your channels come so far. And I just want to say it's been a pleasure to watch you grow, and it's been a pleasure to see the content getting bigger and the community getting bigger. Keep on keeping on. But before we get all into that emotional garbage and nonsense, why don't you tell us how this game is going to break down? And please talk to us about H-Chain, because I'm very hesitant. He's either my RB1 or sitting.
So when it comes to the Hurricane, and I'm gonna start it off with 34-31 Bills is going to be my prediction for this game, because I think Josh Allen is just going to Josh Allen, like Rip said. But A-Chain, I liked your take last night when you were talking about him. If he's out here, this is the matchup for him. He's going to feast in receiving yards. And if you don't have Mostert, yeah, they're going to look at Jeff Wilson here a little bit. He does have chemistry with Mike McDaniel since the 49er days. I think he'll see probably 10 to 12 carries. But what was interesting is A-Chain got the goal line work too. So when they were down there, I think it was 65% A-Chain in the goal line. So this is an absolute 20+ point smash Achane game right here. I mean, I'm starting him no matter what. I don't care about the injury at all. And if I'm looking at the Bills side, if I'm going back to what Rip was saying, how the Bills are going to get into this game more is they have to get Dalton Kincaid more involved in this game. Like at the end of the season last year when they beat him, I think Kincaid went for like 84 yards, 9 targets or something like that. Or I don't want to get it wrong here. 8 targets, 84 yards. And he cannot see 2 targets again. This cannot be a ghost game for Kincaid here. They are going to get beat, I think. They will not survive like last week against the Cardinals if there's no Kincaid.
I like it. I like it a lot. I'm trying to lock in Devon Achane right now, receiving yards, because like
it's at 30.
Yeah, 30.5. But like they keep saying the market's changed. Where the fuck is this kicker to?
Right. I got him for $30 with just him and Cook.
All right, I'm gonna put 10 with the kicker and then 10 without the kicker. Oh my God, Jason Sanders field goal. I don't care. I don't want whatever. Okay, submit it. All right, so lock it in, guys. Our lock today. Where did Rip go?
I don't know. You took him out of the picture. I think he's still there.
No, he's definitely not here.
Oh, James Cook receiving dropped to 17.5, by the way.
Nice. So I'm taking Devon Achane over 30.5 receiving yards, James Cook over 59.5 rushing yards, Josh Allen over 238.5 passing yards. I don't like the passing yards, but from my research, it makes sense. That is one of my locks tonight. We got a lot of locks. We posted them on Twitter, but that's the absolute lock. We got a pretty penny on that one too. What it do says, them KJ's good to see you, buddy. Thank you for popping in. All over Kincaid tonight. I don't know if I love Kincaid. I mean, like,
I think they gotta feed him. He's got to be involved.
They kind of have to. They kind of need to. But like, it could also be Dawson Knox. So if I'm gonna, play, pick him in with Kincaid, I'm gonna do the same thing with Dawson Knox and just have a combination of either longest reception or receiving yards, because they're both relatively the same. I don't disagree that Kincaid in the past has eaten, but a lot has changed between these two teams, especially like the turnover that Buffalo's seen has been absolutely significant. It's been super weird to have all that turnover. He got to restart his laptop; it's frozen. So yeah, I think this is going to be less of a barn burner than we thought. I think this is going to be more defensive struggle. It's going to be a very tight game. One team is going to run the ball to triculate the ball down the field, and that's Buffalo with both Josh Allen and James Cook. The other team is going to hit little checkdowns but struggle, play the field goal game. Hence why I like the Sanders prop so much. It's just a welcome back, sir. The Matrix got you. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you overcame that. So it's just a strange game, but I think Miami, with their spike play potential, I think they might tough it out. But I have Josh Allen for an anytime touchdown. That's a lock, obviously. I got James Cook for an anytime touchdown. I got Keon Coleman for an anytime touchdown. I got Jalen Waddle for an anytime touchdown. And if you guys really want to get spicy, super, 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 super spicy, Jalen Wright anytime touchdown. I like it. I think Jalen Wright's not going to get a lot of volume, but when he touches the ball, they're going to remind them why Jeff Wilson Jr. was dead last year and why they should keep giving Jalen Wright the ball. I think the only reason why Jalen Wright is not, or what was a healthy scratch last week, was because his pass blocking isn't there. But I mean, just hand him the ball. He won't need to pass block if he gets you 8 yards and change every single carry.
Yeah, Disco, and don't forget, I don't know how many people know this. Obviously, we're talking about, and obviously Sleaze all on the Achane train, right? Last season, Achane's a rookie. He was a healthy scratch in week 1 too. So don't get too concerned about Jalen Wright didn't play week 1. He's no good. He can't play football. This is just Miami having depth, and this is the way that Mike McDaniel moves with the rookies and so forth. And so this is the opportunity to see what Jalen Wright can do, even if it's not, in a full workload, but there will be some limited action. That'll be exciting to see.
Andrew N says, I got Colby and the Cattle Dogs for anytime touchdown since everyone else can be a part of this parlay. I love it. James Cook punches one in. I like that take, man. I hope to hear a Jags Browns breakdown from you. fantasy football. Geez, yeah, we could definitely get to that. Let's parking lot that. Give us like 5-10 minutes because we're going to go through a couple pick'ems, a couple props that we like here on Drafters Fantasy. And if you're not signed up on Drafters Fantasy, your first bet's on me. Sign up using promo code Disco, and I will double your initial deposit dollar for dollar up to $100 using promo code Disco. There's also promo code Rip. What's your promo code, buddy? Rippe. And Sleezball, it's Sleaze, right? SL. So any of those promo codes 100% work, folks. All of them will double your initial deposits up to 100 buckaroos. If you guys do that, it really helps us a long way. And once again, if we're doubling your dollarooskies, your first bet's on us, pretty much. And yeah, please smash the like. It's pretty sweet. So I have a conundrum, guys, because like, this is a game that like there's a couple of games out there where it's like I don't want to touch it. I don't love it. And I thought it was brilliant because I tweeted, before the Mostert and the HN news broke that like Jeff Wilson and Jalen Wright might be there you go. The code is Ripper, not right. So I tweeted a couple days before the news broke about Mostert and then HN's high ankle that Jalen Wright and Jeff Wilson Jr. would be great waiver wire pickups. That came to fruition. They're on my main league team. This is like big money, but I have them both on the bench. I
want to get to this in a second here with Rip. I'll jump in. It's okay. Here you go. Jaden Reed with Malik Willis, or is Jeff Wilson Jr. going to be trusted tonight as the Raheem Mostert role?
Are you asking me?
Yeah. The Dolphin. I need the Dolphin insider, man.
Here's the thing. On one hand, you have to believe in Malik Willis. Malik Willis has 0 touchdown passes in his career, and he's started 3 games and also played in 5 others. I watched, to be quite honest, I went back and watched every Malik Willis highlight. It's not pretty. So
it's not good.
It's not pretty. So putting your belief in Jaden or anybody in the Green Bay offense right now that's tough. I mean, you're looking for luck pretty much. I mean, you're just hoping. There's no analysis that's going to tell you it's a good thing. I mean, Reed, obviously, I think they'll probably run some end arounds. So, you have that to consider, but I'd go against anything with the Green Bay,
But you think Wilson's getting enough volume to start over Reed would be the question. That's what I'm looking for.
It's a tough one. If that's my only choices, I'd probably have to do it. I think that there's going to be points tonight in Miami Buffalo, and because of that, you have a good opportunity maybe where you get a sneaky touchdown out of Wilson, or you get enough volume. I think because even if HM plays, it's not getting that majority of the carries. Wilson's getting 50% of the carries. So
all right, I'm benching them.
Okay, you're benching them.
I mean, I'm not.
My
playing.
choice is Zamir White. I'm not starting Zamir White versus Baltimore.
No. That's what I'm saying. I'm not. This isn't something I would advocate for if all things are equal. But if we're just doing this in a nutshell, Reed or Jeff Wilson, I'd probably go with Jeff Wilson because I feel like he's got more kind of floor plus actual some potential. I mean, maybe Reed. Anything can happen, but it's hard to trust anything with Green Bay right now.
That's my point. That's what I'm thinking as well.
My personal take is I think this Indianapolis Colts defense is so bad that even Malik Willis with a plus matchup can do well. It's a really, really bad. And I don't disagree with how bad Malik Willis is. Like, just bang on spot on everything you said there was absolutely spectacular. But this Indianapolis Colts defense is a little bit worse. I think Josh Jacobs, especially with the play-action play, might free up Jaden Reed, but he is touchdown dependent. It's not going to be volume. It's a tough. You're in a pickle, right? My conundrum is Jalen Wright, Jeff Wilson, or George Pickens in the flex, or Tony Pollard, or Zamir White,
or everybody else that's out there.
Yeah,
I think I'm going Jeff Wilson.
I'm sticking with George Pickens because I believe he's going to show he's matchup proof again this week, and I'm going with Tony Pollard because it's a plus matchup.
Yeah, I don't know if it's that plus. I think the Niners are a different breed than the Tennessee Titans. I mean, they ran the clock out. That defense was on the field the whole time. They never got a chance to rest. They doubled the plays. They doubled the time of possession. The Jets defense was just gassed. But I would say that it's going to be different against Tennessee.
Do you trust Will Levis?
I mean,
it's not that I don't trust Will Levis. It's that I think the Jets can do the same thing that the Titans and the Niners did to them.
You guys notice a trend here? You guys want to trust Tennessee quarterbacks. Here's the thing. I'm riding with Tony Pollard. I think the Jets Titans game, I think, has a chance to be points.
I need 2.
You need 2.
Yeah.
I hate the Pickens thing. I mean, anybody.
I don't like Pickens.
Anybody going against Surtain, I hate that matchup. I mean, Surtain
I do too.
Lock down DK, and he's going to do it to Pickens.
But I got Justin Jefferson and Cooper Kupp to pick up the fight. I should be okay. I'm going for the ceiling. That's I always go for the ceiling. I think Jalen Wright would be a ceiling play, but I also don't know what to expect there. So I'm just not going to do a blank bet on a Thursday nighter, especially with the rest of the week ahead. I hope he smashes. Let's catch up with the chat, and then we'll come back to this game.
Malik Willis has never thrown for 100 yards as a starter, bro.
I mean, the problem is, because I literally dove into this to try to see, I wanted to believe there's something Malik Willis could do, because I do believe in Matt LaFleur. The highlights are rough. I mean, he's like a Madden quarterback, where he's just immediately thinking to run and using his, it's good if you're looking for some rushing yards out of your quarterback, but from a plays just going to break down, and it's just a crapshoot. It's just going to be tough.
Yeah, but he made that defense made Bo Nix look good, and that was the starting defense in the preseason. Nevertheless, AP says Jeff Wilson will play special teams. Might be why they played him over Wright in week 1-2. Heard. Did that today. My man, Code Ripper.
I mean, Jeff Wilson playing special teams.
Pack schemes plays for Reed. I said it last show. I think Packers find a way to win that game. I don't disagree. I think Packers win that. I think Josh Jacobs is going to be absolutely spectacular, guys. Malik Willis has never thrown for 100 yards. That's crazy. Maybe 100 interception yards. Didn't Reed have a rushing touchdown? I'd go Pollard among those listed because he's facing the Jets in their second consecutive home game. They got shredded last week. Game script basically just means that they have to depend on the run, and I like Tony Pollard. He looks explosive and spectacular, just like we called it. I like that call. Road game, sorry, I heard. Which defense special teams will be better this week, Jags or Cleveland, or Chargers versus Carolina? I'm going to say Chargers versus Carolina. I think the Jags versus Cleveland game, it's a little. So we were asked earlier to break it down earlier. So I'm just going to give a quick breakdown. I like both running backs a heck of a lot. I think Christian Kirk is going to be really good. I think Evan Ingram improves this week, but not enough to be startable. So I would definitely start a different tight end. If you have guys on the waiver, please let us know who to go, who you have there, so we can direct you guys on who to go with. After that, I don't love anybody. I don't think Trevor Lawrence is going to be spectacular, even though I have him on a lot of teams. But that's just my breakdown. I like Jerome Ford. I like Travis Etienne. I'm not worried about Tank Bigsby. I like Christian Kirk. Brian Thomas Jr. is touchdown dependent. I don't think he gets it this week. And I also don't love his props. Last week, I was all over it. We smashed this week. Not so much. I think this is a Christian Kirk week. I like Christian Kirk's receiving yards as well. Jerome Ford, he's going to kill it in the receptions game and in the running game, just especially if it's PPR volume. Jerome Ford's going to have another top 10, 15 week easily.
He kind of dumped it in garbage time there at the end, but
yeah. But based off of what we saw with Deshaun Watson, I think every minute is going to be garbage time moving forward. It's tough. It's tough sledding. Should I still start DK this week versus your guy Gonzo? Yeah, always. DK Metcalf is it's one of those things where it's if you spent the draft capital on him, the worst thing that could happen is you leave him on the bench where he drops 30, 35 points because that is a possibility every week, no matter the matchup. Yes, Christian Gonzalez is good, but I think we're giving Christian Gonzalez way too much credit. For what it's worth, Jamar Chase did have 6 receptions for 62 yards, which is pretty good. It was 12 fantasy points, not too terrible. Obviously, he got majority of the work in the slot, but if you're a smart offensive coordinator and you know that the best cornerback only covers the field side, well, then you just line the guy up a little bit differently and try to get him to eat somewhere else, right? So I think DK may have a bounce back week this week, but he should never be on your bench. There should never be a scenario where DK Metcalf is on the bench. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
DK Metcalf, I'm going to start to get worried here if he gets two tough matchups. I'm still starting him. I'm starting him in like 3-4 leagues. He's DK Metcalf. I did not think that Surtain would lock him up like that. That was impressive. You got to give him that. I mean, even the catches DK got against Surtain were freaking contested. Like he's like holding on, making the big DK play. Like Surtain is for real. I'm not starting Pickens if we're going back to that, by the way, as well.
Okay, so who
DK
should I
I'm
go
starting.
with? Jalen Wright, Jeff Wilson, or Zamir White instead of Pickens? Because like that's the one who like
I think I'm going Jeff Wilson.
Right.
As long as I've said this for a while now today, getting a lot of questions around this. Effectively, if Achane plays, I'm riding with Wilson. If Achane is out, I would take Wright.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like
There's
that.
also Joshua Palmer, Zamir White, Ty Chandler, or Dowdle.
Oh, I think I'm going Wilson.
All
Better
right.
offense, better chance to get in the red zone. I'm seriously, after watching what Surtain did, I don't think I'm going to start anyone against him, bro. It was
personally, and I said this going into week one, that I would be concerned about. You start DK Metcalf week one in general, but when you are playing against Surtain, or in my opinion, Gardner, those are two guys where I'm actively looking to do anything other than start the receiver against them. That's how strongly I feel about them. There's some other really good cornerbacks out there. Don't get me wrong, where we're talking Jalen Johnson, we're talking Christian Gonzalez, and we can keep naming a few more. I'm not trying to leave anyone out. But there's a difference to me between what I see from Sauce Gardner and Patrick Surtain than any other cornerbacks in football right now. I don't want wide receivers going against them. I don't care what their name is.
Yeah, I'm on that after what I saw. Yeah, I didn't think he'd be that elite. It was ridiculous.
All right, so Jeff Wilson's in the lineup. If he puts up a dud, I am personally coming after you guys.
I'm rocking him with you. I'm rocking him with you.
What up, Good to see the roll. If you're playing Jeff Wilson, I'd put it for a trade. So my team is stacked, man. Don't disrespect me. Don't disrespect. My team is nasty, sir. That's how I feel about Brian Thomas Jr. Versus Cleveland DBs. But with 11 points projected, once again, he's going to be touchdown dependent. And I think he has a good chance of getting into the end zone. It's just tough to play a touchdown dependent guy. So if you have another option, I would consider it. But if he's like, your last bet because you got a couple of injuries and whatnot, then by all means. Let's get back to this game, guys. Let's talk about some props. If you guys got a pick 'em ticket of your own, your locks, and then we'll build one together. Sleaze, you're up first, sir.
All righty. So the props that I like for tonight is Jalen Waddle. What do you got?
Hold on. I'm literally going to build this with you. So I'm going to tell both of your pick'ems. So let's. You guys get you guys get $10 from me. Each one of you gets $10 from me. Okay.
I'm with it.
All right.
So I don't usually like the 4 cards, but I'm going to go with a 4 card here because I think these are all smashes. So Jalen Waddle over 64.5. I think it's now changed.
65.5. Next.
It went up a little bit. Kincaid over his receiving at 44.5. I got it at. James Cook has now dropped. So on my tweet, it says 19.5. Now it's 17.5. I think that's an absolute lock.
Kincaid is 41.5 now, by the way.
Oh my God, he's lower. Okay, yeah, even better.
2.5 for James Cook.
And I like Keon Coleman to get 3.5 receptions. He got 5 last week. This should be a high scoring game. He should see enough volume to get over 4 catches.
Okay, that's it.
That's the 4 card. Yeah.
4 out of 4. Bet has been submitted. All right. I like it.
AK's receiving dropped again. Oh my God, this is gold.
Yeah,
you got to throw that in.
Well, I love how there's a double here. You could either choose the 28.5 or the 29.5 receiving yards. You just want to decide how dangerous you're feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see both of them? I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
What are yours, Rip? Let me hear them.
Yeah, I'd love to hear that.
All right. I'm gonna go for a 3 set here. I'm gonna start with Josh Allen over 239.5 passing yards. Well, it's
242.5. Are you still comfortable with that?
Yeah, on my screen it's 239. Yeah, well, let's get it in before it goes to 400. All right. So we'll go Josh Allen. Josh Allen has gone for over 300 passing yards versus the Dolphins 5 straight. Love that tonight. Then I'm gonna add in one other Buffalo pick, and we're gonna go to Ray Davis. Ray Davis's rushing yards are 9.5. Last week he got 3 carries for 13 yards. We don't know much about Ray Davis, but I think Buffalo is going to try to control the clock while winning. And I think we see enough of Ray Davis that 10 yards, I think he can do it. And then finally, let's flip to the Dolphins and let's go to the tight end. I rode with Jonnu Smith last week. He didn't come up strong. I think
Dude,
tonight
he played like 20% of the snaps.
Yeah, it's weird. I think maybe it was something with the early altercations before the game. Anyways, I think the 13.5 receiving yards has got to be B. It makes no sense to me it's that low. And he's going to be, a player in this. They're obviously down Mostert already. They're going to be moving people around. He's got an awesome opportunity, especially because if Achan's not in the slot, Jonnu Smith probably in the slot a little bit there too. So that 13.5 receiving yards makes no sense to me.
Lock it in.
He's playing 20. What did he play? Let me look at this because I was blown away by this. Jonnu Smith played. Hang on. It was terrible. 28% of the snaps, and Durham Smythe played more and saw more targets.
Durham Smythe is a more reliable blocker than Jonnu Smith, even though Jonnu is a good blocker. But I think Jonnu was very rattled from what happened last week, to go based off of what Rip said. AMG asks, can you repeat Sleaze? It's Keon Coleman over 3.5 receptions, Jalen Waddle over 65.5 receiving yards, James Cook over 18.5 receiving yards, Dalton Kincaid over 41.5 receiving yards.
I don't usually like fours, but I like this one.
All right. Time for mine.
Bottom up. I mean, the A-chain receiving has to be gold.
I'm taking the Josh Allen longest rush of 11.5 rushing yards so I can get some of his receiving props with that. I'm taking the A-chain receiving props over 28.5 receiving yards. I'm taking James Cook. Man, this is rough. I'm taking him over 2.5 receptions.
Over the receiving yards?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
And then I'm taking Mac Hollins over 12.5 longest reception.
Ooh.
And I'm putting $10 on that.
I'm with it. Locked it in.
Josh Allen over 11.5 longest rush. Devon Achane over 28.5 receiving yards. Mac Hollins over 12.5 longest reception. I hate it, but I also like it. James Cook over 2.5 receptions. I think this could be done within the first half.
Yep, I'm with it.
And I'm here for it if it's done within the first half.
I mean, Josh Allen didn't get it last week for us, but man, he's got to get it here, right? This is a Josh Allen rush game, is it not? Like, I'd ask Rip, what does he average against the Dolphins rushing usually?
I think the numbers are high. I'd have to look through. I mean, I've seen a number of the stats. I'm not specific sure on what Allen's.
Let me pull it up. 2023. Okay, against Miami last year, game 1, he had only 17 yards rushing, and that was a 48-20 game. Game 2, he had 67 yards rushing, and that game was 24-10.
Yeah, and here's the thing though. A lot of the stats when you look at them from, especially in this matchup, are going to kind of go out the window when you look at the Miami defense side, because obviously they're playing a new defensive coordinator has changed up the move, and specifically at linebacker, the linebacking core for Miami, which has been a problem for a decade, has been completely revamped in a sense, and I think a little bit better now. So it changes the idea, and I think Miami will try to run a kind of contain defense here against Josh. So it's really hard. I think we need a little bit more, we need a couple more weeks to know what this Miami defense will be like. But obviously, Josh Allen is a great runner. He puts the team on his back, so we'll see.
Yes, okay. I did just gift myself 5 gifted Sleezball with the 5 gift. Appreciate you, Sleezball. Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you for that.
Everybody drop $1.99, smash a sub, and it's how you're going to get the locks next week, right? You're moving it to the
to
Discord, or what do you call it?
To the Discord. But hopefully these hit. We'll see. I mean, like, I still want to bless the community with at least one free play a week, and we did that yesterday for the week long. I believe we had. I think you showed it earlier, but
I did the Kamara, the
Caleb so
Williams.
Alvin Kamara over 4.5 receptions, Tank Dell over 51.5 receiving yards, and Caleb Williams under 20.5 completions. Man, I need to hold off on the pick'ems and do a little bit. I got so many pick'ems in. Let's see who you gifted.
I have $100 on tonight's game in slips.
Yeah, I have more than that. You got Albert, you got Bernsey, you got Al Paul, you got Wydad, and you got PA Mike. My man. Yeah, it's only $1.99, guys, to become a member here. It really does help the channel grow. It helps me grow. I appreciate you guys. But let's keep on rocking, guys. Is there any game in particular? So before we move forward, my bad. Let's backtrack 1 second. Final score, Sleaze. Who do you have winning? What's the final score?
34-31 Bills.
Right.
Oh, I can't predict. I can't. This is my team. I gotta stay off this game. I'm like an announcer that's calling a game. You can't have a prediction.
Why else would we fucking bring you on, right?
Come on, give me one.
Okay, let's go.
Tell me the Dolphins are gonna win. Let me hear it.
You just told me they're gonna lose. All right, here we
Josh
go.
Allen always beats the freaking Dolphins.
I know. Thanks. Keep rubbing it in. It's like I have to witness this again. This is a appointment viewing for me twice a year, and now you have to add into the okay.
All right. I'll go 34-31 Fins. Let's go with it.
Finally,
A-Chain's out there. I'm taking the dub. Put
exactly.
It that way.
Take the
There
dub. Yeah, Miami 30, Buffalo 24.
30-24. Okay.
All right. I'm gonna go 17-14.
Woo!
Miami.
And all of our props are fucked.
No. Somebody's going to get an anytime touchdown, and that's plus money, so it doesn't matter. But like what it comes down to is like I think we're going to see some offensive production. I just don't think we're going to see a lot of touchdowns. I think it's going to be few. So I'd like the props where it's like, okay, well, this is a chunk play, but I think we're going to see more of a defensive struggle than a big scoring party because the Buffalo Bills they got a long way to go before they mesh. I think they're going to mesh at some point this week. I don't think this is going to be the week. Bill, like from everything I've seen, it's a negative matchup against a very good Dolphins defense, and I hate seeing that because I didn't expect the Dolphins defense to be good this year.
It went out over here. What did you just say?
The Dolphins are they are a top 12 defense in every single statistical category against every position possible.
Yeah, it didn't go out over here. I just wanted more Miami love. Come on, baby.
Yeah. Well, like, hey man, at the end of the day, my particular bias based off of my football team does not interfere with my analysis. Like people thought that my call of the Patriots winning last week was me being a homer. No, it just happened that my analysis happened to be bang on and also coincided with the fact that I love the fucking Pats and hate the fucking Dolphins. But I mean, yeah, man, I think the curse is lifted this week. I'm taking the Fins at home. I think they win. But it all comes down to, is Jalen Wright going to play or not? Because I think Jalen Wright is special. I think he's a special talent. I think it would be foolish of Mike McDaniels not to play Jalen Wright tonight. I think it would be absolutely foolish. I'm saying that more so because I'm bitter. I had 38% shares of Jeff Wilson last season. If this is the year that, I get all the Jalen Wright exposure, especially when A-Chain's bagged up and Mostert's, out for the foreseeable future. If this is the year that it's Jeff Wilson and I have no Jeff Wilson and a bunch of Jalen Wright, I'm just going to retire from fantasy football, or just never draft another Miami Dolphin ever again. Not going to do that. So with that being said, folks, is there any other games that you guys are looking forward to in chat? Please, one, smash a like. Two, if you guys have any questions, pop them into the chat.
Anything else I like from this game?
No, like this week. Any games this week in particular
pick'ems?
that you're like, well, not pick'ems, just games that you're like looking at this week and like, oh, like we're going to learn a lot from this game. This game's got, a lot of plus matchups, or this game's like a major avoid. For me, Daniel Jones, based off of all my research, and I hate saying this, he looks like he's a top 15 quarterback this week.
Oof.
I'd
say the game that I'm interested to see is Tampa Bay. Everyone's riding high on the Bucs because they got to play the worst defense. The Commanders give up the most points to every single position, and everyone's riding high. I want to see what they look like going up against a big boy team at Detroit.
Yeah.
That's going to make or break a lot. I still think Godwin's going to be the guy, but it's going to make or break a lot for the Bucs for me here. And Rachaad White still looked like he can't run against Washington, which was very scary. His receiving work's always there, but man, I don't know about him and his rushing game here.
Well, like he's never been a rushing threat per se. He's always just been a good receiving back, like same as A-Chain, right? Like A-Chain was great receiving last week, but he was borderline anemic last week against when he actually had an opportunity as a runner. So I think it's very, very similar upside, and you just got to take it with a grain of salt. Like this guy's going to get his receptions. He's going to eat. Is this the week, guys, that we see Sam Laporta and Amon-Ra St. Brown both pop off, or one or the other?
I think it's going to be tied in 1-2 between Laporta and McBride.
Wow.
I think they're back. The bullshit tight end week is past us.
Yeah, what a weird week. You know, everybody who shouldn't have popped off at the tight end position did. Congratulations. You blew your load early. Let's go back to like bully tight end.
Speaking of the tight end, though, I would throw Colby Parkinson as one of my favorite plays this week. If you have an injury to Njoku, or if you have an injury to Ferguson and he's not out there, Colby Parkinson saw almost 90% snaps, and now you have Puka gone. He saw 5 targets. He's going to see volume in this game.
How do you think Kyron's going to do still with that banged up offensive line?
I mean, McVay makes magic happen. I don't ever go against McVay. I mean, what he did to the Lions, I didn't even see happening. I thought their defense would get killed. They stayed in the game. They moved the ball with 3 linemen out. They lost another lineman in the game. I mean, and he still did it. He's just a genius, man. That was like one of the best coach games I've seen in a long time. I'd never bet against him.
I need one for flex and explain picks. One who? What's the question?
One for. Are you talking about a pick and play or a flex play to your lineup?
Cards Rams. That's a good game. I hate the Dolphins too. They're so slippery. Dolphin. That's funny. Marvin Harrison Jr. at 14.6. I think
he has a big game.
I think it's going to be another week where we see Michael Wilson and Greg Dortch and Trey McBride do the thing, and he'll have a better game. But like,
dude, what did you say yesterday? He ran 1,000 air yards.
No, he ran the most yards for like the most least amount of usage. He had 1,010 total yards that he ran on the field.
Are we talking about Marvin Harrison?
Yeah,
just Durham smithing it out there, just running wind sprints.
Yeah. I mean, listen, all this hate against Marvin Harrison. I put up the post earlier. Kyler talking about it's not his job to get on the ball. Actually, I mean, it quite frankly is Kyler's job to hit the receiver for a touchdown. Like, what are we missing here? It's not Kyler's job to scramble around because he doesn't keep his eyes on the play and he breaks down and does a thing that messes it up. Like, it's his fault. It's not Marvin Harrison's fault for not getting open when he's wide open, waiting for the touchdown that could win the game. I don't know. That's just me, though.
He was wide open too, standing there, just hey.
I mean,
hit me.
I don't understand what's going on. What is Kyler talking about? It's not.
That was weird.
Just a weird comment.
I think just between both of them, you could tell that they don't really like each other. Jerry Bagshaw says Saints and Cowboys are the boys for real. You know what I know was for real? I have Alvin Kamara projected for 9 receptions. Believe it or not. So 4.5 is literally free money, in my opinion, just based off of my projections.
Dude, it's absolutely like 12.
Insane. It's absolutely insane. Or Zay at 14.3. Zay Flowers. I think Zay Flowers has a better plus matchup. Marvin Harrison Jr. should be good, but like Arizona Cardinals does the opposite of should. Like they should have. Oh, it's a puppy. It's a puppy. Full PPR, Ford, Amari Cooper, Dell, Pittman, Thomas Jr., Mason of CMC plays.
By the way, the inactives just dropped, and Achan's not, and he's not inactive, so he's playing.
Okay, that's great. I still think we're going to see him at a limited capacity, but I do think with 1 reception, he can easily double his receiving yards. So I'm willing to bet on that. Full PPR, Jerome Ford, Amari Cooper, Tank Dell, Pittman, Thomas Jr. I'm going Jerome Ford, Tank Dell, then Mason, Thomas Jr., Pittman.
Quite honestly, I would take Mason in this because I don't think CMC is going to play. Like, I think it's pretty clear he's not playing this week. But if you want to steer clear of that in general, I think you can't go wrong with Jerome Ford. I mean, Jerome Ford has the entire offense to himself in the backfield, and he clearly doesn't have a quarterback that can throw the ball. It's going to get ugly there. But besides that, you just ride Jerome Ford.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think, Sleaze?
I'd go with the same thing. I think Mason's a start, even if CMC plays. I think the 49ers will run the clock out on him again, just like the Jets. I think he'll score at the end to close the game out. And I don't think it's going to be close. And I think CMC, even if he plays, he'll see limited work. But if I had to go with another choice here, I love Tank Dell this week. I think it's a Tank Dell week.
Yeah.
Well, I think Johnson's
51.5. I think 51.5 receiving yards is very doable. But I also like the under on Stroud's passing yards. So I don't think I love Dell in terms of fantasy, but I like him in terms of props.
I like him to hit a bomb in fantasy.
Yeah, I mean he's good for at least one or two of those every single week. So that's why he's the ultimate flex.
But if you're playing safe, you're going forward, right?
Yeah, I think four receptions, a touchdown here and there. Like he's going to be fine.
I think I'd throw one more thing at you. I'm trying to sell Pittman right now.
Yeah, I would love to, especially in my dynasty league. But like he's there, and I'm gonna hold tight. I think he'll have a couple spike week games, but like I'm gonna wait till I can sell high. Definitely not selling low. Laporta pops week 3 when the Lions play at Arizona. It's also why I like Parkinson this week, also against Arizona. Yeah, but like we also saw Dalton Kincaid do diddly against Zona, and we also saw Knox, who did a little bit more than diddly, still do diddly. It wasn't pretty. I don't think it's the same.
Parkinson's going to have a big one. I like he's my stream of the week. Parkinson is money this week.
But Parkinson might, like, based off of the vacancy of targets, it could either go to Parkinson or Demarcus Robinson. I'd rather bet on Demarcus Robinson or one of the more tertiary receiving options there. So yeah, it's an interesting matchup though. I think Kyren Williams should have a good game. We should definitely see a lot of volume. Whatever his carries is at, I think he'll go over his rush attempts and his carries. As for the rushing yards, as long as that O-line's banged up, I don't like it. Bandit says, love the setup here, Disco. Looks sick. Thanks, man. I'm really working on my thumbnail game, buddy. I appreciate you, Bandit.
Thumbnail's fire.
Yeah, I like the thumbnail today. The thumbnail was cool. What's up, Rip?
Thinking about the Rams backfield, just curious, what do you guys think? Is Blake Corum active or inactive this week?
I don't think Blake Corum sees a touch.
I think Blake Corum is literally not going to touch the ball until Kyren goes down with an injury.
He's not even active though. Another inactive.
He's inactive?
I mean, you think he's active, but he's not getting a touch?
Yeah, I think we might see like 3-4 snaps.
Question for you: where did you get that active list for the Dolphins game? By the way, early like that. Rip.
What list?
Well, where did you see the inactive Dolphins list at?
Just dropped.
I know. I'm saying, where'd you see that?
Oh, I get the notifications from a few places, but Underdog and also BNF, which is Fantasy Life.
Okay, I got that. All right. Yeah, he's active right now.
Each hand's officially
active. Has Ethan Bonner, Raheem Mostert, Channing Tindall, Muhammad Kamara, linebacker, Andrew Meyer, O-lineman, and Malik Washington, all inactives.
Yeah, H-hand's playing.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Cool. All right. Current line: Fields, Bijan, Ford, Brian Thomas Jr., JMO, Ferg, Worthy, Raven, defense, and Sanders. I think JMO's not going to have a great game this week. But like once again, it could be a JMO week all over again in Laporta and Monterey. Ross St. Brown will still burn a hole in all of my best ball rosters, just like sitting there, like do something, please. 2 locks: Waddle 63.5 receiving yards, James Cook 18.5 receiving yards. Just because I like you, I'm going to tail it. Just because I like you.
What is it?
It's on the screen. Waddle receiving yards, Cook receiving yards. Over.
I think Waddle has a big game here. What do we think about? What about Tyreek Hill 6.5 receptions?
I don't love it.
You like the 90 yards more?
I
mean, it's Tyreek Hill. This guy can get 100 yards in one play.
I think
he got 80 in one play last week.
Yeah, he killed me. He killed me in one league. It absolutely buried me.
I think if they were to put a lock that I would absolutely love, that I would think has like 100%, chance of hitting, is Tua's passing attempts, but they don't have a passing attempts for him.
And that's the completions at 22.
I do like the completions at 22 a lot. Actually, 22.5. I love the completions, but like,
what was he week 1?
Tua's have. Sorry, I was just going to add, Tua notoriously to date has been awful against Buffalo. He hasn't got a QB1 finish yet. He's been shut down. I hope it changes, obviously, but it hasn't been good.
Yeah, that's why I don't like betting on the Waddles or
I thought it was the skinny Tua time, man.
It could be.
It is skinny Tua time. It's time to scramble out of the pocket and get those.
He got that 5 yards rushing, didn't he? Or what did he get? It was.
He had 11 yards on his attempt last week, and they called back 2 for penalties. I want a rushing prop this week, drafters. Come on, boys.
I nailed that one.
Monet says tricky game for me is Browns versus Jags. I mean, I would go with the under. I think that's the safest bet. Go with the under or whoever's the dog right now. Who's the dog in that game? Whoever's the dog to cover the spread.
An interesting play in that game for
actually, I'm going with the Jags. Fuck it, I'm going with the Jags. I like the Jags.
Is Akins? I think he's going to go over whatever the prop is.
Jordan Akins?
Dude, Jordan Akins saw insane targets when he came in for Njoku.
Yeah, but that's because that was the weakness in the Dallas defense. I don't think it's the same situation here.
Well, I mean, the Dolphins don't use a fucking tight end, so you can't even look at week 1.
True. They say Marvin Harrison Jr. can run 22 miles per hour at college, though. That's an interesting tidbit. Same Monet. Do you guys like Brees receiving yards this week? Love that's a smash for me every week. What's his receiving yards?
So you're about to see Brees CMC lightning this game, bro. He didn't get to get on the field enough, dude. His usage was insane when he was out there.
I told you, sir.
Brees Hall is here.
26.5 receiving yards. That's an absolute over. It's a smash.
I don't think people even realize this. We pretty much saw like the floor Brees Hall in week 1 against San Francisco.
Same with Bijan, though. That's the interesting thing. We saw Bijan's floor too. Both of those guys at their floor is terrifying. So I'm excited to see the revitalization of the running back, the supreme running back in the first round, paying that value. I'm excited to see both these guys go head to head. I put my money on Brees, but I shouldn't have bet against Bijan because I don't have enough of him. Rio, I love the Brees Hall receiving yards. If you're not on Drafters Fantasy, make sure you come on here. Use promo code DISCO. We'll double your first deposit up to $100. First bet's on the house, brother. Either promo code DISCO, Ripper, or Sleaze, either or. These are all my guys, and we really appreciate your support. Thank you for the membership. Hope you guys kill it in best ball this season. Good luck. So far, so good. Legalize it. Struggle to read that. Don't love Tyreek in this game. Did hours of research. Love Waddle. I did 33 hours of research for this week's slate. I haven't really slept.
Why are we? Why do you not? I'm curious to what research led you to not like Tyreek.
It's not that the research showed not to like Tyreek. It's that.
Well, however you want to break it down. I'm just curious though.
The game script on a short turnaround means that Buffalo is going to try to control the time of possession with the run and then take chunk plays to keep up with Miami. But I also think that Hill can be bracketed and won't be utilized and targeted as much. I like the targets. I don't like the completions for Tua. I do like the completions. I just don't love it. I love the passing attempts.
Let me add a little color to the Tyreek conversation just quickly. So Tyreek is looking for his first 100-yard game against the Bills since he's come to Miami. So he's never gone over 100 as a Dolphin against Buffalo. And the 5 games that he has played against Buffalo, he hasn't had more than 82 yards in any contest. So these are sort of where people are looking at, or you pay attention to see that Tyreek just hasn't had an explosive Tyreek game at all yet against Buffalo because obviously Sean McDermott, a defensive mind, keys on Hill. So maybe that's different tonight. Obviously, Tyreek can do it against anyone, but he hasn't done it yet against Buffalo.
I like
Interesting. I mean, their corners are terrible. What is it like? Benford? I don't want to get it wrong here.
Admittedly, I think that this is the worst Buffalo defense they've had.
Benford and Douglas, he should eat this up.
Yeah, agreed. But we'll see.
I may have just put another $10 bet in there with an under on Tyreek Hill, which feels stupid. Miami money line plus under 41.5 at plus 450 equals lock. I don't hate that, Monet. I don't hate that. I literally like.
I don't like the 41.5.
Said the same thing, buddy. I like it. I like where your head's at, Monet. And welcome to Disco Ball Nation. I'll be at the Browns Jags. Get lit. Let's go, brother. Let's go. That's like one of the worst games to be at. No, I'm kidding. Turn your life up, bud. Turn your life up. Love Jags -3 in that game. I'm not touching the spread. I'm not. Fuck. I don't want to. Colts should be an easy cover as well. Ugh.
They're trying to tell me that the Packers are winning this, Jerry. I am not buying it. Not with Malik Willis. This guy's the worst. I
Then
think that's a lot.
says, I appreciate the advice, y'all. I appreciate you appreciating us, sir. 3 favorite plays for this game. Bet, bro. I'll sign up for promo code Disco will double your initial deposit up to $100. Fuck, we put a lot. I'll tell you. I'll just show you all of them. Maybe like screenshot it, but yeah, I'll just show you all of them right now. So let me close this. All right, sir.
The Ray Davis one has got me a little interested to throw another bet on it. I like that 9.5 call.
Yeah, just throwing money. Look at this. Look at this. All right, these are all our bets. This one. Take the screenshots. Go back and replay it. We got a few.
Jonnu Smith, man. Are they going to use him this game? Is he going to be out there, Rip? Mouth closed when Durham Smythe plays 46% of the snaps and fucking Smith plays 28.
Why do I bet so much?
Oh, dude, it's rough. I have a ton. I just put $100 slip in, by the way, for a 3-pick.
That's stupid. You should.
Are you ready? This is your lock, chat, right here. I'm telling you now. This is the 3-pick $100 lock. Alvin Kamara 4.5 receptions, Breece Hall 26.5 receiving, and Bijan 27.5 receiving.
I'll put 10 on that. One second.
That's my $100 lock.
Say it again.
So Alvin Kamara 4.5 receiving, Breece Hall 26.5 receiving over, and Bijan Robinson over 27.5 receiving. I have 100 to win 600.
What was the last one?
Bijan over receiving. I mean, that seems like absolute gold.
All right. Lock it in. All right. My dogs are going crazy.
Mississippi 12 out of 13 tonight.
Bill's run game stronger, but still hoping for the points from Sanders.
So if your choice is Jason Sanders, I think we talked about this, KJ. I like Chris Boswell a ton this week at Denver, especially with the altitude.
You know who I like a lot at Denver? Najee Harris or Jalen Warren. Both of them are going to be fine, but Najee Harris might be a top 5 RB this week based off.
Are they even going to play Warren? He played like 28% of snaps, if I remember.
I mean, Charbonnet had a very good fantasy outing, and he played less.
Right.
Pages is laughing. Will Sit be 12 out of 13 tonight?
I hope this game is just a massive shootout and everything hits. Just collect.
I like Barrios 12.5 yards. By the way, sneaky play. Yeah, I don't love it. Tailing Sleaze. Yeah, tail Sleaze. I just did. Also tailed your play. Disco free money, my man. Disco out here blessing with the free picks. Appreciate it. I got a lot of pressure under me, man. I got so much pressure. I went 4 for 4 on my locks last week. Like, I'm down to miss, and I don't want this to be the one that misses. So if you cannot afford it, guys, seriously, if you cannot afford it, do not do it. Only gamble what you're willing to lose, what you're able to lose. Okay. I'm not Nostradamus. I'm not a fortune teller. I got lucky 4 times in the same fucking week. It was all luck. All right. The process is what it is. Football happens, shit happens. If you have gambling issues, please go seek help. Seriously.
But you are Disco Dollars. Just be honest.
As he shows his card with 30 bets on it.
The most brilliant, and like, you should get credit for everything I'm about to do with Disco Dollars.
Exactly.
Everything. Will these be in the Discord? I mean, we're doing it live right now, but I mean, we could pop it in the Discord if you'd like. It's just going to take some work.
I would just say whatever time it is right now, stamp it and go back 2 minutes.
Yeah. Sleaze is liable for all of our losses. I'm addicted to sports betting. Degenerate. Gotta love the game, though. I had to narrow it down just to football. Like, any other bets, I like any other sports now. I no longer bet on. I don't bet on college basketball, college football, NBA. Don't hockey. I used to bet on everything. Now just football. I'm just missing him. Okay, fuck. Are you okay? It's a lot to screenshot and post.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah, I'll do that after the stream. We will call the stream shortly, guys. Can you guys let the folks know what's coming up, what you guys got coming up, what's in the works for in terms of projects, and let's wrap it up and then post all of the plays, every single play in the Discord, because let's go. Let's go.
I'll let Rip take it away. Go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, it's always a pleasure to be here, man. These guys, Sleaze and Disco Damas, are my absolute favorites. And it's even better to be here when we're talking Dolphins. So anytime Miami is on the menu, you just tell me I'm here and I'll let you guys go. I'll listen. I
want that hat.
Yeah. This one?
Yeah, it's clean. I like that.
Yeah, I know. All right. So this is, but by the way, every year I do new apparel for the squad. So this was the 2024 outfit. Okay. Anyways, more importantly, you can find me on X at Michael Rippe. It's right here. It's pretty simple. And of course, my new YouTube channel. I'm getting into this YouTube game because the people need more of the morning after. And I'm talking about the morning after football. Keep your mind in the right places, not Shannon Sharp style. Here's the thing. This Monday, it's week 2. We got my man Sleezball coming on. He's going to give you the best and the most insane analysis from the week that was this weekend. So I'm stoked. We had a great debut episode week 1. Obviously, we're going to have Disco Damas on. Scheduling is not that easy. Disco's invited anywhere I am. Obviously, Sleaze too. But yeah, give me a subscription, follow, and it's always good to be here, boys.
Okay, so serious question. Obviously, love that you're plugging the show. Love that you're doing more work, because the world needs more Michael Rippe. You are absolutely brilliant, and I'm saying that from the bottom of my heart. I love you. I think you're good people, and it's a blessing and pleasure to be around you. But serious question. I've been so locked in on work, real life, and research. What the fuck is going on with Shannon Sharp? I know nothing.
I mean, it's cool. Pretty epic, honestly, if you ask me. I mean, he basically didn't realize he was on IG Live.
He's hooking up with,
and he had the IG Live going on the side of the bed on the ground. So he's just basically audio for 2 minutes of him getting a good time in.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
And then he came out and he described the episode without realizing he was on IG Live. And here's the thing. I think it makes Shannon Sharp look even, bigger. If you ever want to say something, I'm just saying.
Good for him.
I thought it was funny. I
think more people may start to use this kind of method of, promotion, because I think it's going to win another Club Shay Shay moment where he's doing better because of something wild. So, anyways.
Good for him.
Yeah, good for him. I agree.
Good for him.
I thought it was freaking hilarious, bro.
Rio, did you sign up, buddy? You got to lock them in and make sure you get into our Discord. Hold on, let me post our Discord in here. I never remember how to do this. But yeah, Sleezeball. In the meantime, please let the folks know where to find you, what you got in the works, everything that's going on there.
So right there on the screen, Sleezball FF. You can find me across every single platform with the name. I also own the name to my man is a Weapon Fantasy Football Show across all platforms. I do stardom sit-ems, I do rankings weekly, and one thing I've been working to put together here is a show either Friday or Saturday night. I don't want to use the word unhinged that we did, but what I want to do is, as the audience and crowd builds, or the community, whatever you want to call it, I'm going to put one person on and we're going to battle it out, unhinged, let it fucking go. No, I don't want this is like the unhinged crazy battle of all fantasy. And then whatever the votes of the crowd or whatever the votes of the people are the person that wins, then you bring on another person to battle them and they stay on that show until they lose the battle. But I don't have it fully in the works yet, but that's something I want to be working on for like a Friday or Saturday night, and just unhinged fantasy battle.
Nice. But Sunday morning, we're also on your show.
And then Sunday morning, yes. Saturday, we're on yours. Saturday afternoon. And then Sunday morning, we're on there. Are you joining Rip this morning, this Sunday, or what do you got going on?
No, I've got to do real life things.
Yeah, he's got
sharpen it. I got you. It's all
he's
good.
Got Bentley things to deal with. This guy's a big deal.
if you want to follow my Instagram, I promise you there's no Shannon Sharp style stuff unless I start moving a new direction here. But you could follow me on Instagram to see my life outside of football. But that's on you.
Yeah, I don't
Michael Rippe.
Mike Rips.
Yeah.
Stick to the football stuff. You don't need to follow the.
I don't really do the whole Instagram thing. Twitter's kind of like weird for me. I'm not really a social media guy. But yeah, it was Saturday, 4 p.m. Eastern time, folks. We'll be live here doing our full Sunday main slate breakdown, talking DFS, pick'ems, props, locks, and we're gonna drop it all. Thank you guys for rocking with us. I hope you guys have a very safe and wonderful Thursday. I hope your weekend is full of fulfillment, enjoying you guys win a bunch of fucking money by tailing these
some money, baby.
I hope we fucking rock this out. But seriously, guys, thank you from the bottom of my heart for making this happen. And we'll see you guys Saturday at 4 p.m. Eastern time. Until next time, peace. God bless. Bye.
Peace out, y'all.